I'm Kevin Garcia. This is Fight Hype, and we've got the man himself, Ashton H2O Sylve, with us. I appreciate you being here with me today, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll get right to it. You have a fight in a week. Unfortunately, due to some things that were out of your control, card kind of got switched up a little bit. Can you talk to us about Lucas Prince Bahdi and why you think he's the right opponent for you?
He's definitely in the rankings. That's one reason. He has a great record, 16-0 with 14 knockouts, and I mean he's just really experienced, I feel.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously he's a tough guy. Some folks don't know him. He's a Canadian guy. Obviously he's gonna be put in this market on a big stage with you as his opponent. What kind of fight do you expect this coming Saturday? Well, not this coming Saturday, Saturday, July the 20th.
Yeah. I honestly feel like it's gonna be a little technical for a bit, then it's probably end down a little dogfight.
Yeah, no doubt. Are we gonna get another knockout right now? You 11-0, 9 KOs.
Yeah.
So is that your intention to take the fight to him to stop it early?
Yeah, definitely.
And Ashton, talk to me a little bit about obviously the switch. You and Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. Y'all have gone back and forth. There's been
Mhm.
some talk, obviously, between the two of you on Twitter and the internet, social media stuff. Were you
Mhm.
disappointed in him not being the opponent next weekend?
I was a bit, but at the same time, I just had a gut feeling that something was gonna come up. I feel so. I was pretty much ready for it, but at the same time, I was excited for the fight to happen.
When you say you had a gut feeling, well, like what kind of feeling? Like you thought he might pull out or something might happen, or you just getting bad
Just
vibes?
some, yeah, just something. I didn't know what it was, but I just felt like it was just so much like how hard it took for the contract to be made and all that. It was yeah. So it just gave me a feeling like a bad feeling already that something's gonna come up on his side.
Do you think that's a fight that's still gonna happen? Like, have you guys talked about it? Is this up in the air? Where does that stand?
I mean, I feel like if it doesn't happen next, then I honestly don't know. I don't. Maybe not. If it doesn't happen next, I feel like definitely down the future if he eventually gets a belt or something, or like a mandatory. But yeah.
I mean, have y'all like talked about it at all, or is it kind of just been dead since the change happened with Tyson and
Uh, I I think for the most part it's been dead. I know probably I think my team's probably been talking with them, but I haven't heard much. They usually kind of like tell me what's like any updates, but primarily we just focus on this fight, so I think that's another reason too.
Yeah, nah, no doubt, no doubt. And I don't want to drag it, but they've been talking about it on social media. His dad's been chirping a bit. Any thoughts,
Mhm.
any message to him in response? Is especially his father, who seems to be kind of the voice more for him on social media.
Yeah, I honestly would like to like when like press conference come around and stuff. I honestly want to see how kind of he reacts. Well, what kind of comes out his mouth and what type of person he truly is. I kind of have a sense of what it may be, but I definitely don't think it's that like the tough guy.
Yeah, yeah, y'all never cross paths in the amateurs and nothing like that, or have y'all?
No, I no. I don't know. Maybe he look a little different now or whatnot. I probably got to see like old pictures, but I don't recall seeing them.
Yeah, yeah. So another fight, obviously the main event, Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. You're, one of the top prospects, over at MVP. Just your thoughts on that fight. How do you think it goes?
Um, like I was saying, I think it might be like another Nate Diaz and Jake Paul type of fight. Tough guy. Uh, I never watched Mike Perry before, but I know, like everybody say, he's very tough, and it's just a tough sport to be fighting in the BKFC. So I think he's tough. He's gonna try to bring it to Jake, but Jake is gonna eventually know, pick him up and whatnot. But as well as they sparred before too, so I'm sure they both may know what each other might have. So it might be a little different. So who knows?
All right. And I gotta ask you some questions around some hot topics in your division. Last week, Shakur Stevenson had a fight. Did you get to watch it or?
Yeah, I watched that one.
So, two questions. First one being, what's your reaction to the fight? And the second one being, what are your thoughts on Shakur Stevenson's fighting style?
Um, it's I feel like, well, first the reaction to the fight. I mean, it was a good fight. Well, it wasn't really a good fight. He kind of like wiped the floor with the guy, but I feel like he could have done more. But I mean, who would want to really risk any one lucky shot, you know? But I feel like the other guy was totally out of the fight, so he could have brought it to the guy for sure. And two, um, I honestly couldn't tell you. That's like, yeah, I
His
honestly couldn't
style.
tell
We're,
you.
we're talking about his style, right?
Yeah. I honestly, yeah, because his style is very like technical, but I feel like he wants to, like he wants to kind of like, I think in his head he thinks he's bringing it to like someone, but at the same time he's like playing it safe. So it's not all over the place, but it's very much up and down, just pock shotting.
Yeah. Shakur, like you just said, he's a really technical guy. You're a boxer, so you have a boxer's eye when you look at him. And like you said, he pretty much wiped the floor with the guy. But it's not always the most appealing thing. In today's age, where a lot plays into what makes a star, in your opinion, Ashton, what makes a star in boxing? Or like what does it take today beyond just being a really good fighter?
Yeah. I will today's day for sure. I feel like it's in and outside the ring. I feel like you got to be excited and entertainment. Um, you gotta you gotta be entertained outside the ring. I feel like what you post on Instagram, kind of where you're at. I mean, you kind of always gotta basically be relevant outside the ring, and then inside the ring, you gotta really honestly come with some knockouts. I feel that's what the fans are looking for, a knockout, and outside the ring, they're looking for you always to be relevant.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I think that's a really good answer. For some reason, and not a question, probably more of a statement, but it seems like not a lot of boxers are capitalizing on those two things, right? You might have a really good
Hmm.
fighter, but maybe he's not
Hmm.
really pushing the envelope on social media, which is a big part of the formula, like you just said.
Right. Uh-huh.
Cool. Two. Well, just a few more questions for you, and I'll get you out of here. I appreciate your time, Ashton.
No,
Abdul
thank you.
Mason, 135
Hmm.
pounder. There's a lot of talk and buzz around him right now.
Hmm.
We spoke about Schofield a little bit, Schofield Senior a little bit earlier. He's throwing your name in the
Hmm.
hat, and not that he's your matchmaker, but what are your thoughts on Abdullah and a possible fight with him in the future?
That'd be pretty nice. I feel like he definitely need a little bit more experience. I don't know how many like what's his how many rounds he's fighting as of now, but I don't think maybe it's eight or it's probably six now. But I feel like you definitely got to go in the water. I didn't watch his last fight though, but I heard I don't know how it went, but I think people were saying like he was a bit nervous the first or two or round or two. So I feel like he's still like a little bit immature. That's really just it. But yeah,
Gotcha.
he definitely has a great style for sure.
How about a fight with you guys? You think is that something that you would want, or you think could be possible in the future?
Yeah, no, I think it'll be possible in the future.
Yeah, if you had a your way at the 135-pound division, what would your ideal first big fight be? Anybody that you'd be targeting, or maybe just have preference in fighting?
Um, I mean, I feel like the biggest fight for anybody right now is at 135 is with Tank. So whoever's pretty much in the fight and the ring with Gervonta is like a great fight to have with.
Is that a fight you would want?
Yeah,
So if you could get that next, you would take that before like a different path, or maybe taking a little bit slower to build your status. You'd be
no,
willing to take on Tank next.
yeah, that'd be lit. Yeah, because I
It
mean,
would.
yeah, no, it would be lit. Yeah, so, I mean, I've grown up always wanting to be in like I feel to be in that position. Like when I'm finding like a how can I say like a smaller arena or whatnot, it doesn't feel me. But when I feel like I mean the like history kind of shows like whenever it's a big fight coming up, like if I'm on like um in a stadium or arena with 15,000 fans, I'm always like putting on a great performance. So whenever the stardom and that spotlight is on me, it's just like the best version of me comes out.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, I wish you nothing but the best in terms of future opponents. Hopefully we see a big fight like that for you in the near future. Um, Ryan Garcia, obviously he's a close friend of yours. As a matter of fact, really quick, Tank Loma, they're rumored to fight. Who you think wins that fight? Prediction?
Prediction, I yeah, I feel Tank. I mean, Loma done. He's gotten dropped and hurt before, so Yeah, and then at this time he's pretty old, and I feel like now he's taking a lot of. He don't take a lot of punishment, but he collectively just takes shots that he doesn't need to be taking. Like he's not the same person. The last fight was great, but Cambosa's was a great fight for him, like a look wise. Like I pretty much everyone knew what type of fight that was going to be, but I feel like it's definitely going to end out more so in a knockout.
Yeah, there you go. Ryan Garcia, I know he's a good friend of yours. He's had some trouble. Any thoughts on his suspension from the WBC? He was suspended for his use of the N-word, derogatory comments against the Muslim community. Any thoughts at all or message for Ryan?
Honestly, no, I really haven't been keeping up with stuff like that. I've heard of him saying I've been trying to see the clip or the video, but I just never got to it. But I honestly don't know. I really don't, because I don't know if it's a trolling state or if he's being serious, like if something's going on. So I really can't say much. I guess it's just for something me and him to talk about.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Last question before I get you out of here, Ashton. Non-boxing related, switching gears a little bit, but
Yeah,
you're from the greater LA area to be specific, Long
yeah.
Beach. Um, Drake Kendrick, man. What are your thoughts on that battle? Who won it?
I feel like whoever got that last punch won it, and I feel like that's Kendrick.
It's Kendrick?
Yeah, yeah, that is yeah, because they dragging it now with that. Not like us, it's everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I was for Drake. I'm not gonna lie for a good while, but like I said, they dragging that. Not like us. It's almost I can't get away from it. So
Yes, number one record right now is everywhere.
right.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, listen, we appreciate your time on Fight Hype. Look forward to seeing you next week as we cover the fight. And yeah, wishing you nothing but the best. Thank you, Ashley.
No, thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.